I believe that the role we play in society has a bigger meaning. What is the role that we play? What does that mean? Who are we? Have you ever wondered if there's something greater than this human experience? There's something bigger than who we perceive ourselves as. Today I will talk about that exact thing. But first, I want you to take a moment to close your eyes and imagine if you were playing a video game where you not only got to see, hear, touch, smell, and taste, you could also have the emotions of the video game. You would be so fully engrossed in that VR experience that you might just forget who you are, the player of the game. I believe that we are the player of our reality. In order for me to explain this further, I have to talk about the concept of duality. On our earth, there are yin and yang of all things. Yin and yang are the opposite or complement to each other. For example, masculine and feminine, hot and cold, love and fear, dark and light. Duality also gives us the concept of a spectrum. Nothing is ever absolute. Nothing is usually 100% good or 100% bad. There's always an in-between because we're able to compare one thing to another, therefore things have a ranking and we're able to have the spectrum of everything. Like we have different temperatures of hot and cold. We have degrees of good and bad. Because we can experience duality on our earth, we're able to experience a full spectrum of emotions. If duality didn't exist, we would know infinite happiness and infinite sadness, but we would know neither and also both at the same exact time. We would be everything and nothing. Duality exists in all things on earth. Have you noticed that one cannot exist without the other? You cannot know what hot feels like if you've never felt what cold is. You cannot know what up is without down. Duality exists in all things in our world, and our ability to compare one another gives us the ability to have this duality. But duality does not exist outside of our Earth, as far as we know, of course. If we were in outer space right now, we would just be floating around. In outer space, there is no gravity to bring us down to Earth, and there's no Earth's surface holding us up. If only gravity existed and there was no Earth to pull us down, we would just be constantly pulled into the core of the Earth. But if the Earth didn't exist, that would just be more space. Duality does not exist outside of our Earth. I believe that since duality doesn't exist outside of this Earth, human beings are the manifestation of the universe, of God, of creator source energy, experiencing duality through this human body. Because think about it, if we were just like the universe, like floating in space, it'd be kind of boring, honestly. Right? We are the experiencer of this reality, of this game. The moment that we are born, we have been placed in this human experience in order for us to experience the duality of happy and sad, of hot and cold, of everything else in the middle. And just like we experience a video game, we're the experiencer of our own reality. And we forgot that who we truly are, because if we remembered, it would be no fun. But because we forgot who we are, we forgot that life is actually supposed to be a fun game that we're experiencing. Like a video game, we have certain choices in our life, but ultimately the story is already created. The choices in life make the game fun, but ultimately we can't really choose the wrong option, because in the end, you are going to go exactly where you need to go. You'll finish the game. You'll get your happy ending. And like in a game, there is a concept of winning. In Mario Kart, it's about beating the person next to you, winning the game. In Jenga, it's about not losing and being the person to knock off all of the blocks. A lot of games are based on fear because that's the duality of love. Like we want to love the game, but we also gotta fear some things in order to love. But some games are based on not losing. Do whatever you can to not lose. This is the biggest choice that we have in our life, in our game. We get to choose what the goal of winning is in our game. Is the game about winning at no matter what the cost, or is it about fully embodying this human experience no matter what the outcome? And based on how we look at the winning of the game, we get to choose the genre of our game. This is all based on your own perspective. If your game is based on a lot of fear and it's kind of like The Last of Us, then you're going to be constantly living on edge. Your game is probably more of a thriller or a horror. If your perspective is about finding love, laughter, maybe your game is a romantic comedy. We can't control the events that happen in our life. We can't control the events that happen in our game. We can only control our own reaction. If we have a baby, we could be very excited about this baby and look forward to it. And of course there's a healthy amount of fear, but ultimately you're excited to bring in new life. Or on the opposite spectrum, you could be very fearful of the baby. You could be like, how am I gonna take care of this baby? What am I gonna do with it? The path of your life was chosen by your higher self. It was chosen by you before you embodied this human experience. It was chosen by the universe. It is meant to help us learn something. Try to find out why your higher self put you in these specific events and situations and what the lesson was supposed to be. What does your higher self want you to know through these life experiences, through these hard times? You don't necessarily have to enjoy every second of this experience in order to say that you lived a good game, you played a good game. You just have to be present and remember that everything is going to work out in God's plan, in the universe's outline. Trust that lessons that are placed in front of you are meant to teach you, to get you to the next level of the game. We are the center of our own universe. And not only that, everybody else is the center of their own universe. Everyone around us is playing a different role in our life, and we are playing roles in their life. So if we can take in this experience exactly as it is, a game where we are constantly exchanging energies with people, bringing in things that serve us and leaving behind things that don't, then we can truly live the game that we're meant to. And what is that? Well, we are meant to find out who we are and enjoy the beauty of life, like the work of art it is. Constantly finding out new things about ourselves and applying it, learning from the lessons, and leveling up to the next part of our human experience. And if you can think about life that way, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to follow me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I'm on all the platforms, Ipsy Chats. I will see you next time. Bye.